Imagine a world where humanity was confined to one small corner of the earth, a time when our ancestors, with nothing but their wits and determination, set out on a journey that would shape the course of history. This is the story of human migration, how we populated the world. Our story begins in Africa. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, emerged around 300,000 years ago. For thousands of years they lived in small groups, hunting, gathering and surviving in the heart of the continent. They learned to make fire, craft stone tools and communicate with early forms of language, but despite their ingenuity, life was harsh. Climate shifts and resource scarcity often forced these early humans to move in search of better conditions. But something changed around 70,000 years ago. A group of humans ventured beyond Africa, possibly driven by climate shifts, food shortages, or sheer curiosity. This event, known as the Out of Africa migration, set humanity on a path to global domination. They crossed the Bab el-Mandeb Strait into the Arabian Peninsula, marking the first major step in their journey to populate the rest of the world. As they moved, they encountered new environments, forcing them to adapt. Some groups settled in the Middle East, where they discovered fertile lands, rich in food and water. Others traveled further east, eventually reaching India, Southeast Asia and China. Along the way, they encountered other human species like the Neanderthals in Europe and the Denisovans in Asia. Some interbred, leaving traces of Neanderthal and Denisovan DNA in modern humans today, shaping genetic diversity as we know it. But the journey was far from easy. Ice ages created barriers and challenges, but they also connected lands through lower sea levels. One of these land bridges allowed humans to reach Australia over 50,000 years ago, long before they arrived in Europe. This was an astonishing feat, as it suggests that early humans were capable of building rafts or boats to cross open water, making them among the first seafarers in history. These early settlers adapted to their new environments, developing unique cultures, technologies, and traditions. Meanwhile, another group traveled north into Europe, where they braved the harsh cold and hunted massive Ice Age beasts like mammoths and woolly rhinoceroses. They developed specialized hunting tools and warm clothing made from animal skins to survive the freezing conditions. But perhaps the most incredible journey happened around 15,000 years ago, when humans crossed from Siberia into the Americas. Some say they followed herds of animals, others believe they traveled by boat along the coastline. Either way, they spread rapidly, reaching North and South America in just a few thousand years. In time, they established great civilizations, from the Maya and Aztecs in Mesoamerica to the Inca Empire in the Andes. From nomadic hunters to builders of great civilizations, migration never stopped. The rise and fall of empires, the search for trade, and even conflict pushed people into new lands. The Silk Road, one of the earliest global trade networks, connected Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and Europe, leading to the exchange of ideas, technology, and cultures. Meanwhile, the Viking expansion, the Mongol conquests, and later the Age of Exploration further reshaped human settlement. Even now, migration continues. Whether for opportunity, survival, or exploration, humans are always on the move. The Industrial Revolution, globalization, and political conflicts have led to mass migrations in recent centuries, shaping the modern world as we know it. In the 19th and 20th centuries, millions of people migrated in search of a better life. Wars, economic hardships, and persecution drove people from their homelands. The Irish potato famine sent waves of migrants to the Americas, while European settlers reshaped continents like Australia and North America. The two world wars displaced millions, leading to one of the largest refugee movements in history. Today, migration is more complex than ever. Political instability, economic opportunities, and climate change drive people across borders. Cities like New York, London, and Dubai are melting pots of diverse cultures, shaped by centuries of movement. Technological advancements allow people to work remotely, leading to a new form of digital nomad migration. Meanwhile, climate change threatens to displace millions in the coming decades, creating a new wave of environmental refugees. From a single origin to a global species, this is the epic story of human migration. And it's a journey that's far from over. Subscribe for more stories of our past and future.